Hey guys.
I woke up this morning feeling like I had been slapped by Will Smith. Too soon?
Nah.
I think that was fucking hostile. It was totally a vulgar display of power. I mean, Chris Rock had a mouth for war, then he walked, and then, I think he was actually by demons be driven to walk all the way to the stage.
Dude,
and then it was fucking hostile.
Dude, you are pushing them.
But they're working. I could go through the lineup, through the track listing of a vulgar display of power and use every single song to describe what happened yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever the fuck that slap happened. Anyhow, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you ready for some Evergrey? By the way, this was the Patreon poll winner of the week. The name of the song is Midwinter Calls. Those phone calls you make in the middle of winter to your local IKEA to find out what the balls situation is all about.
Because that's all you really care about when it comes to IKEA.
Balls?
Is the balls. And speaking of balls,
check out this video. Support for A&P-Reacts is brought to you by Manscaped. Who's the best in men's below-the-waist grooming? Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate in men's hygiene bundle. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trusted Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code A&P-Reacts at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. That's a lot of balls.
That's a lot of balls.
Now, before we talk about our experience with our balls and Manscaped, I want to talk about this incredible product, the Weed Whacker. I struggle with not only my nose hairs creeping out and starting to blend with my mustache. It kind of becomes like a joint venture of sorts. And also the ears. My ears have...
Your ears are disgusting.
Well, thank you. They have a huge amount of hair growing on them and sticking out. They're black. They're coarse. I hate it. It makes me look like an old man with built-in earmuffs. So I used this today, and it worked great. I got rid of everything. It was phenomenal. Very comfortable in the hand. Works really well. I was able to groom myself to perfection. And after I was done with my ears, which look much cleaner now, as you can see, I went in my nose and I got rid of everything that I had there that was extra, beyond what I needed it. So I absolutely love the Weed Whacker. This is a great tool for every dude out there. Specifically, if you're an old dude, you can use it twice, nose and ears. Now, you hit them up with the Lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah, the Lawnmower 4.0, I've been in the ball game for a while now.
That is true.
But I've never really found the product that really makes me comfortable, And after using this, I feel so comfortable with this in my hands and also touching, my family jewels.
One of the reasons why I haven't been in the ball game is because I've never found a product that I trusted. I've always had that fear that something could go wrong. I never really trusted any product. I never really found a product that gave me the right amount of confidence for me to move forward. I used it today and I thought it was absolutely magnificent. I used it with the clippers and without the clippers just to try the different grooming styles. It works magnificently well with either or. Without or with the clippers on. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I'm going to go forward and continue to do this because my balls have never been this smooth. I think the last time my balls were this smooth was before puberty, before the hairs start to grow. So that tells you something. And then, after I trimmed my balls, I used the crop preserver in order to give them some aroma, to make them feel a little bit more earthy, if you will, to make them feel a little bit more welcoming.
Natural.
Yes, and you know what? I got your mother to smell them, which is something that she hasn't done. Fuck, she's never done them. I don't think her nose has ever come 2 inches closer to my balls as they were today. So on that alone was worth the price of admission. So I love the product because it doesn't have this overpowering smell. It kind of has a blend-in smell, so it works really well. It actually makes them feel a little bit more, I don't know, loose.
It also makes your balls smell like how they're supposed to smell.
Exactly. Now how they actually smell.
Yeah.
Now, let's remember, get 20% off and free shipping with the code A&P-Reacts at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com with the use of the code A&P-Reacts. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. All right, now that you checked out the video where we had a little bit of a word towards balls. We talked about balls and all sorts of stuff. Let's click play and let's check out this latest Evergrey offering from the upcoming new album. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's fucking do it. That was the end of the last video, by the way, with the flares.
Opening the vaults to fall, closing my mind to a color. Midwinter calls home. We are lost, far from home. We never discovered a way to get close. A whole existence, outlasts our fall.
All right. So, what do you think? The video started with the ending of the other video. I just want to re-emphasize that.
I gotta say, I love that coming together feeling of the chorus. Everything, all the pieces are just coming together with a very beautiful chorus, and then after the chorus having that chant, if you will.
Oh.
Yeah. It sounds really good, after the chorus, especially ending off their beautiful scenery and it echoing in the background. A beautiful touch. You wanna go and then I'll chime more in.
I want to say this. Based on the 2 singles that they've released so far, this album is shaping up to perhaps be one of my favorite Evergrey albums ever. Because, I've always liked their sound. I've always liked their approach. I always like the atmosphere that they create. But I feel like this album is perhaps bringing a little bit more heaviness, to the forefront.
Yeah.
The songs have a little bit more bite. They have a little bit more of a punch, a kick, whatever you want to call it. And I really like that side of the band. I like that ruffian side of the band. But they're not losing anything as far as the atmospheric side and as far as the melodic side. All of that is still there.
I was going to say the heavier parts are actually what makes the melodic parts
Feel even more melodic.
And feel actually like more beautiful than they already are. And it also makes the atmosphere of the song feel bigger and more on a grander stage type thing.
I mentioned this in the previous video, and I see that in this song, very similar approach. The drums really are the bringers of a lot of the heaviness that the track has, and I like that. I like the fact that the drums are not just in the background, kind of sitting in the back seat and just coming along for the ride. They're actually playing more of a role. I in the previous couple of records that they released, I almost felt like the albums were more driven by the vocals and the guitars. But in terms of how they created atmosphere, and then that atmosphere that they created was what drove the overall experience. So you had 2 elements that were the catalysts of the atmosphere that was created, but then the atmosphere was so strong, it was so powerful that you were just, you're just taken over by it. But I feel on this record, the atmosphere is perhaps not as strong, not as predominant, maybe, if that's a better word, maybe not as predominant, which allows the drums to play a bigger role, to have more sound, to be more heavy.
They still feel...
But the track itself still feels super melodic. The guitars are very melodic.
It doesn't feel like it lost anything.
No, it's... When you listen to this song, same thing with the previous single. When you listen to them, you're listening to Evergrey. Like the moment it starts, you're listening to Evergrey. The vocals, we could be here until the cows come home talking about Tom's vocals. It's phenomenal. He has an incredible voice. He can sell ice to Eskimos. We've already covered that. Yeah, we already covered that. But I feel like with these 2 singles, to me, there's a little bit more of an emphasis on the heavier side of the band, on pushing that a little bit more to the forefront without losing the melodic side, without losing how it makes you feel. That the journey, their music always takes me on a journey.
Yeah.
It takes me on a journey within the songs and within the context of the record. I don't feel like these 2 singles are any different from that perspective. It's just that the journey feels a little bit more substantial. It's not necessarily the atmosphere that's pushing me through. It's more the sound that's really propelling me through. I feel differently towards these 2 songs, and I really enjoy this perhaps more direct, because when you have too much atmosphere, when you have too many elements, you're kind of finding your way through it. These songs feel to me that are a lot easier to digest. They're a lot more quicker to the point. Like, you don't have to peel 1,000 layers to find out exactly what's underneath it. They're a lot easier to process. Because they're a lot easier to process with that more direct approach, with those heavier drum sounds behind them, I just really gravitate to it. I feel like it adds an extra spice. It's turning 10 all the way to 11, if you will. I really like it. I really like it. These 2 singles have been home runs for me. I honestly feel like this album is what I needed after the last 3 records, which the last 3 records, you kind of have to look at them, not individually, but you kind of have to look at them from a global perspective for what because they are part of a much larger picture. But this album, it feels to me like they're trying not to break with the past, but we're not going to create another record like the last 3. We want to create an album that still sounds like Evergrey, but at the same time is going to sound different. It's going to have a different vibe. Yeah. And that's the vibe that I'm getting. The 2 songs are very consistent.
Vibe I'm vibing with.
Yeah, but I feel like both songs are very consistent in terms of what they're giving you.
Yeah,
They have some similarities between them. They're not
they
not
still
worlds
have that
apart.
DNA, but they're also able to add that heaviness that it keeps you on your toes a little bit, and also
Yeah.
makes everything else feel more complete.
Yeah, but when you look at both the two tracks, the two singles so far, it's not like you're getting one song that's taking you one way and another song that's taking you another way. The two are very on par with each other. There's a lot of similarities between them, so it allows you to feel that maybe the album is going to be a little bit more together, a little bit more compact, with not as much ups and downs, not as many ebbs and flows, but maybe a little bit more direct, a little bit more to the point. And when you have a record like that and you keep that melody and you keep those incredible vocals, you're making an album that, regardless of whatever length the record has, it's going to feel a lot shorter because it just feels like you're getting to where you need to go a lot quicker. You're not wasting time in the song trying to decipher what the song is all about. You're just sitting back and enjoying.
You're not going to be musically full by the end of the song. You're going to be always
wanting
wanting
to go back
more.
for more. Exactly, exactly.
Which is always a good sign.
And I want to say one more thing. The video, I really like the cinematography of the video. Like, they did a phenomenal job.
The mic stand that looks like chains.
Oh, that's where you went with? Just the mic stand?
No, but I'm saying like...
Fuck your mic stands.
What? I liked everything, but I also like the mic stand. It looked cool.
Yeah, I know. But
Listen,
I
I can give props to a pretty good mic stand.
I like the fact that the video kind of piggybacks off of where the last one ended off with them on top of that hill with the flares. This one kind of piggybacks off of that, so there's a sense of continuation. Because musically, there's also a sense, like I said already, the two songs musically are not that far apart. They're not worlds apart. So I like the fact that you have a sense of continuation musically, but then you also have a sense of continuation visually. This video, in my opinion, is a little bit better craft. It's more visual. It's more impactful than the previous one. But the fact that there is a sense of continuation and then the sound matches that same continuation, I really like that approach. It makes everything flow. It's just, I hate listening to an album where I feel like every song pauses. Like, you listen to one song and it's like, oh, now I have to kind of re-engage with the album for the next song. Then I like the when you listen to a record from start to finish, I like the whole experience to be as uninterrupted as possible. Just continuous.
Yeah.
So I like the fact they did that with the videos. Nice little touch. You don't see that every day, so it's a nice little touch. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think
for the boys in Evergrey?
I think we've covered everything. I'm excited for what's to come with this album.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to release maybe another one or two singles before the album comes out. I'm looking
forward to do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out this record on the channel, doing a review, and maybe having a chat with Tom about it. So you never know. We'll see. We'll see what comes around the corner.
Talk to the glorious man himself.
Oh, it wouldn't be the first time. I've had him on the channel before, but every time I talk to him, I feel like I'm one step closer to talking to God. Just saying. I mean if God's not going to sound like Morgan Freeman, they better sound like him.
That's true.
Fuck.
That is very true.
Like, I mean, that's my only two prerequisites here.
He has to sound like either or.
If he sounds like Mike Tyson, I'm fucking walking out. I'm fucking walking out.
Could you imagine that?
I'm slapping him like I'm Will Smith at the Oscars, and I'm fucking walking out. And like that, we've gone full circle.
Exactly.
All right, guys. We'll see you at the next video.
See ya.